footage from the security cameras. Dozing in his wheelchair in the murky darkness was Leonid Fishelovich, the legless veteran peacemaker that Hyro had recruited to pilot our yacht, or rather, what had been our yacht. And yeah, look at this guy. The way he clutched the flask with both hands, and didn't even wake up until I opened the exit door. What good was he?
"Hey, kid,"
he croaked hoarsely as I was leaving.
"Stop right there. Where are you off to?"
"Hey there, Mr. Fishelovich," I said, turning to face him. "I need all of the clan's officers here, ASAP. It's urgent. Can you get them here?"
"Just a second,"
he mumbled, rubbing his eyes and yawning. And he unscrewed the cap from his flask and took a swig, and, swallowing audibly, his eyes closed. He shook his head. I was so impatient that I could hardly hold myself back from snapping at him. "Okay, I'll get them here." Then, yawning, he tried to reach Hyro and Willie, but without luck. Next, he reached out to Ivan.
"Van, get your wild ones together and have them hustle on over to Alex." "Yeah, all of them." "Say what?" "No, not your officers, the clan's. Specifically contact."
Leonid paused to think about it, and I came to the rescue. Have him get hung, Tomoshi, Tobias, Manuel, and Gyula. If they're in their pods, activate the emergency releases. Whatever they're up to, we've got more urgent matters to attend to. Oh, and also Wesley. He's probably wandering around the corridors now looking for my room.
"Wesley?"
Fishelovich lifted a shaggy gray eyebrow.
"Ah, got it. The fat lad who showed up yesterday. Who else do you need?"
Hyro, Willie, Sergei, Yoshi. I listed all of the security guards. Also Ivan. Have him come too. This concerns him as well.
"Did you hear that, Van? In short, all of the kiddos from this, and Hyro with his guys, and you too. Get over here, okay? The kid says it's urgent, so chop chop."
Then he shook his head, looking at me, and indicated the sofa.
"They're on their way. Take a seat, rest your feet, and I'll put on some coffee."
"I'll make the coffee, no worries," I said. "You'd better make sure you keep in touch with Ivan. Do you like it strong?"
"You bet I do, kiddo. Make it black like dirty motor oil."
And that's just what I did. It was hot and acrid, and I sipped it, not even tasting it, while the wild ones herded my friends and comrades into the place. We were all somber as we exchanged greetings, but I waited for everyone to show up before speaking. All of them showed up and then some, because Tomoshi brought along Eniko, the daughter of our chief builder. The last to arrive, thanks to Ivan's rounding him up, was Tobias. This was my first opportunity to speak with the leader of the Wild Ones. A big hulk of a guy with weapons hanging off him and a strangely crooked jaw and bad teeth. He stood by Hyro and whispered,
"What the hell am I doing here?"
Morales nodded toward me and responded somehow. I scanned the haggard, sleep-deprived faces and wondered how much longer we could keep up at this pace. Just yesterday, Hyro and Willie had barely escaped death when their shark was shot down, and Yoshi had almost been killed by the Tissa clone, while Sergei had barely had time to take a breath after patching up the base's defenses, and was already racking his brains thinking about how to improve the fortifications in light of the latest threats. Some had to be yanked out of their capsules, others out of bed, some were pulled away from other tasks, and yet only Tobias was outraged. What we'd taken him from in the nether, well, he didn't say, but he was fuming so audibly that Tomoshi guessed. Wesley listened to Toby and thoughtfully scratched all 5 of his chins. By now the living room was packed with people milling about, and then Fishelovich started shouting at them all to quiet down so that the meeting could start. The security contingent settled themselves on the sofa and chairs, which were arranged in a semicircle, while Ivan stood behind Hyro and Manny and Gyula plopped on the floor, their backs against the wall. Eniko, meanwhile, set about brewing massive amounts of coffee. Hung and Toby pulled a couple of chairs out from the table and straddled them, while Tommy, yawning copiously, stood next to them. Big Poe stood a little apart on the sidelines, and I called him over. I wanted him to join us. I stayed on my...